Hey, what's up, guys? I got a question here in the chat room from Brian. It says, "Hey, Walt, I'm not that good at guitar. Is there one piece of advice that you can give me that, and what would it be?" Okay, that's a great question. I get that question a lot. What's like these one pieces of advice questions? There's no hard and fast rule. There's two things that you can always do. Okay, of course, one is just practice, practice, practice. Play guitar. Try and teach it to someone. Learn a couple chords. Stick with it every day. That's what you want, right? Every single day, you want to try and learn new things. Okay, that's the first thing. Go on forums, talk to people, try and get into a band. Learn songs, play guitar for people, teach it, play gigs. Kind of just jump into it. That's the first thing. The second thing is if you're a piano player or a saxophone player or whatever, then you find out what you're good at and you only concentrate on that. Now, I say that because I'm not that good at playing piano, okay? But I'm very, very developed and educated at playing guitar. I went to school for it. So to continue with that understanding is you work on what you're good at and you excel at your assets and not worry so much about what you're bad at, which tends to go against what I constantly say is that work on, find out what you're bad at and then excel those things while at the same time excelling at what you're best at too. So, the best way to get good at guitar, obviously, is just to keep on practicing every day. And like this is where it gets really crazy because even I slack off with this concept too. And I have about as good of a work ethic as, a lot of people, I guess. But that the concept is that every day, in fact, I'm going to write that on the board. It comes back to this word. This is it, guys. This is the big word of the century. Every day. And I'm telling you, you practice guitar every single day, even if it's only 20 minutes a day, you're better off playing guitar 20 minutes a day than 2 hours once a week. Okay? And it just goes back to this. Like, imagine that you're climbing a mountain and that every day you chip another piece off at it. Every day. Okay? You'll eventually get to where you want to be. You'll get there. But you won't get there if you do it few and far between. So don't really worry about how good am I? Am I getting good fast enough? Whatever. What my old professor said to me, and it was something that I always carried with me, and I hope I never forget it, and I won't, and I always try and pass it on, is that you learn something new every day. Don't just practice every day, but try and, when you're done your practice or when you're done learning, look back at the day and say, what did I learn today? So what he always said to me was, okay, Walt, today, I just leaned on my piano. Today, you learn quarter notes, right? Tomorrow, you learn eighth notes. The next day, you learn 16th notes. Because if you look at the big picture, yeah, fine. You don't know what 32nd notes are, but you know what? Within 4 days, you will. And if you keep on doing that, the people who are maybe ahead of you who don't practice every day, they're going to be staying stationary where every day I'm going to excel. And then sure enough, one day I'm going to be here and they're going to be here. Okay? And not that it's a big thing, but that, one day you learn eighth notes. The next day you maybe learn music technology or a new guitar chord or a new chord progression, or you work on your ear training. And I'm writing eighth notes just to symbolize the concept of learning something new. But that's the idea, okay? You take it slow every day. That over the past year, I can honestly say I've learned 365 new things, assuming that it wasn't a leap year. That's the only thing. But Brian, that's what I would do, man, is just stick with it. You say that you're a piano player, so maybe, don't worry so much about guitar and just concentrate on learning a new thing every day on the piano, okay? But if it really bothers you that much, take that. That's the back of my chair sitting there. Hit my guitar. But take that understanding and then throw it. Well, that's getting very annoying. And throw it into learning guitar. If you really want to learn guitar, but don't worry about guitar so much, and build your assets. Don't worry about what you're bad at. You know, if you're smart, you'll find someone who plays guitar for you in a band or something. It's because I'm stuck on one scale and I want to connect it to the next scale. Oh, you're saying that like that's what's killing you. It's like you think that you're a bad guitar player because you can't connect scales. People go their whole dude, don't even sweat that, man. Okay, well here, this is what you want to do. Learn the scale today, learn the next scale tomorrow, and maybe connect 3 or 4 notes. I mean, when you say scales, are you referring to like the actual mode of that scale? So that like, are you having trouble blending your minor pentatonic with your major pentatonic all throughout the fretboard? Is it something like that? Because I really wouldn't sweat that. Yeah, yeah, dude. Don't even sweat that. There's a bunch of drills. You know what? Let me do another video on understanding drills, or not on connecting scales, and a couple drills for that. So we'll definitely do that. But yeah, that's what I would do in understanding this. Take it slow. Every day you learn something new. Apply this to your guitar. Okay? Maybe one day you work on blending 2 of the strings together. Okay? Next day you work on blending the next 2 strings together of your scale. Next day the next 2. And then before you know it, when you look at your guitar, you start to see the pattern all the way through. Okay? It's no longer just a fretboard. It's now kind of like a musical, you know, awesome adventure. Musical adventure? I don't know how to put that. But yeah, that's the idea. Musical adventure.